Elesh Norn, the Argent Etchings. Elesh Norn embodies the austere hierarchy of the machine orthodoxy, enforcing perfection through discipline and purification. Her transformation into the Argent Etchings symbolizes a ritual progression that births new Phyrexians, strengthens the faithful, and eradicates all that fails to conform. Her punishing triggered ability constrains opponents' actions and deters aggression. Additionally, her ability to transform into a powerful saga grants both burst potential and long-term inevitability, reinforcing her strategic resilience. A Phyrexian tribal strategy under Elesh Norn emphasizes steady board development supported by efficient and synergistic Phyrexian creatures. When her saga activates, Incubator swarms and preserved Phyrexians secure dominance after a near-total board purge, leaving her forces as the perfected victors. Combo ideas for Elesh Norn decks. Combo number 1. Guilty Conscience plus Phyrexian Vindicator. Required conditions: 1. Guilty Conscience is on your battlefield. 2. Phyrexian Vindicator is on your battlefield. 3. Guilty Conscience is attached to Phyrexian Vindicator. 4. You have a way to attempt to deal damage to Phyrexian Vindicator. Activating the combo. 1. Attempt to deal any amount of damage to Phyrexian Vindicator. 2. Phyrexian Vindicator prevents the damage and triggers, dealing that much damage to any target. 3. Guilty Conscience triggers, attempting to deal that much damage to Phyrexian Vindicator. 4. Repeat from step 2. Combo result: infinite damage. Combo number 2. Realmbreaker, the Invasion Tree, plus Maskwood Nexus. Required conditions: 1. Realmbreaker, the Invasion Tree is on your battlefield. 2. Maskwood Nexus is on your battlefield. 3. Mana needed: 10 generic mana. Activating the combo. Activate Realmbreaker's second ability, then tap and sacrifice it, causing you to search for all creatures in your library, as they are all predators due to Maskwood Nexus, and put them onto the battlefield. Combo result: put all creature cards from your library onto the battlefield. Combo number 3. Nim Deathmantle, plus Ashnod's Altar, plus Crawling Chorus. Required conditions: 1. Nim Deathmantle is on your battlefield. 2. Ashnod's Altar is on your battlefield. 3. Crawling Chorus is on your battlefield. Activating the combo. 1. Activate Ashnod's Altar by sacrificing Crawling Chorus. 2. When Crawling Chorus dies, it triggers, together with Nim Deathmantle. 3. Resolve the Crawling Chorus trigger first, then create a Phyrexian Might creature token. 4. Holding priority, activate Ashnod's Altar again, then sacrifice the creature token this time. 5. Resolve the Nim Deathmantle trigger, then choose to pay to return Crawling Chorus from your graveyard to the battlefield, and attach Nim Deathmantle to it. 6. Repeat. Combo results: 1. Infinite ETB triggers. 2. Infinite LTB triggers. 3. Infinite Death triggers. 4. Infinite Sacrifice triggers. Combo number 4. Crackdown Construct, plus Mirror Entity. Required conditions: 1. Crackdown Construct is on your battlefield. 2. Mirror Entity is on your battlefield. Activating the combo. 1. Activate Mirror Entity by paying 0 mana. 2. Crackdown Construct triggers, giving itself +1/+1 until end of turn. 3. Hold priority and repeat from step 1 any number of times. 4. Resolve all Mirror Entity abilities. Combo result: infinitely large creature until end of turn. Combo number 5. Eldrazi Displacer, plus Krark-Clan Ironworks, plus Basilica Shepherd. Required conditions: 1. Eldrazi Displacer is on your battlefield. 2. Krark-Clan Ironworks is on your battlefield. 3. Basilica Shepherd is on your battlefield. 4. Mana needed: 2 generic mana, and a colorless mana. Activating the combo. 1. Activate Eldrazi Displacer, then blink Basilica Shepherd. 2. When Basilica Shepherd enters the battlefield, Create to 1/1 Phyrexian Might artifact creature tokens. 3. Activate Krark-Clan Ironworks twice by sacrificing to Phyrexian Might tokens. 4. Repeat. Combo results. 1. Infinite ETB triggers. 2. Infinite LTB triggers. 3. Infinite death triggers. 4. Infinite sacrifice triggers. 5. Infinite creature tokens. 6. Infinite colorless mana. 7. Infinite blinking of target creatures.
Hi Commander, if you are new here, welcome to our channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. Enjoy!
Non-game changer spells that are commonly found in Elesh Norn decks. Essence of Orthodoxy. Incubate Engine. Essence of Orthodoxy creates an incubate to token whenever it or another Phyrexian enters, which the Argent Etchings mass transformation helps convert steady ETB into an immediate army. Flip Fodder. The incubator tokens from Essence can be transformed into creatures that serve as the 3 sacrifices needed to flip Elesh Norn, reliably enabling access to the Saga side on schedule. Wipe Resilience. Chapter 3 spares artifacts, lands, and Phyrexians, so your incubators survive through the purge, letting you rebuild faster than your opponents. Norn's Inquisitor. Transform buffs. Chapter 1 transforms all incubator tokens at once, and each newly transformed Phyrexian gets a +1/+1 counter from Norn's Inquisitor, creating an immediate power spike. Flip Enablers. The incubate to from Norn's Inquisitor supplies expendable bodies to meet Elesh Norn's sacrifice 3 other creatures cost, enabling an earlier flip to the saga. Post-wipe rebuild. After Chapter 3 spares artifacts, lands, and Phyrexians, your incubators and transformed Phyrexians persist and continue to accrue counters as they transform, outpacing recovery. Progenitor Exarch. Scalable tokens. Dumping mana into X produces multiple Incubate 3 tokens that the Argent Etchings Chapter 1 transforms simultaneously, converting stored counters into an immediate board. On-demand flips. The tap ability transforms incubators early, supplying Phyrexian bodies for pressure and for Elesh Norn's requirement to access the saga. Wipe Insurance. Chapter 3 preserves artifacts, lands, and Phyrexians, so incubators and transformed Phyrexians survive, and let Progenitor Exarch's engine rebuild faster than opponents. Phyrexian Censor. Tribal Bias. Because only non-Phyrexian spells are restricted, a Phyrexian dense list develops normally while opponents are throttled, giving Elesh Norn time to set up and transform. Tapped Blockers. Opponents' non-Phyrexian creatures enter tapped, creating safe attack windows to exploit the Argent Etchings Chapter 2's team-wide +1/+1 and double strike for decisive swings. Rebuild Control. After Chapter 3 preserves artifacts, lands, and Phyrexians, foes rebuilding with non-Phyrexians face tapped entries, while your active Phyrexians maintain tempo superiority. Phyrexian Awakening. Incubator Payload. The ETB creates a large incubate for token that the Argent Etchings Chapter 1 will transform alongside your other incubators, converting stored counters into immediate board presence. Vigilant Battalion. Granting vigilance to all Phyrexians lets you attack freely and still defend, which pairs explosively with Chapter 2's team-wide +1/+1 and double strike to close games safely. Purge Proof. Chapter 3 destroys all non-artifact, non-land, non-Phyrexian permanents. Incubators and transformed Phyrexians remain to dominate the post-wipe battlefield. White Sun's Twilight. Might Army. The spell creates Phyrexian artifact creature tokens that both fit tribal payoffs and naturally survive the Argent Etchings Chapter 3, which spares artifacts and Phyrexians. Flip Enabler. The newly created mights provide disposable bodies to pay Elesh Norn's activation cost of sacrificing 3 other creatures to transform into the saga. Alpha Setup. At X is greater than or equal to 5, it functions as a one-sided wipe that leaves your fresh mights, setting up for a follow-up chapter to strike to convert tokens into lethal pressure. Phyrexian Vindicator. Damage Reflection. Vindicator converts prevented damage into damage to any target, and together with Elesh Norn's damage tax trigger, it punishes burn and combat tricks aimed at your board. Buffed Finisher. Chapter 2's +1/+1 and double strike turns a 5/5 flying Vindicator into a 6/6 double striker for overwhelming aerial pressure. Board Survivor. Chapter 3 spares artifacts, lands, and Phyrexians, so Vindicator remains after the purge and anchors your post-wipe battlefield. Might Overseer. Token Anthem. Overseer pumps your creature tokens and grants them first strike on your turn, making your mites far more threatening before and after the Argent Etchings transformation. Saga Fuel. Its activated ability steadily manufactures Phyrexian mites, both tribal bodies and expendable creatures, to pay Elesh Norn sacrifice 3 other creatures cost to flip into the saga. Post-wipe Presence. Overseer's mites are artifact Phyrexians, so after Chapter 3 destroys all other permanents except artifacts, lands, and Phyrexians, your token core remains to immediately pressure the table. Skrell's Hive. Token Engine. A steady stream of Phyrexian might artifacts supplies bodies for Elesh Norn's activation to transform into the Argent Etchings. Corrupted Lifelink. Once an opponent has 3 poison counters, lifelink on your toxic creatures turns the Argent Etchings Chapter 2 into a massive life swing. Purge Proof. Chapter 3 spares artifacts, lands, and Phyrexians. Your mites are both, so they survive the wipe and keep pressure high afterwards. Skrelv, Defector Mite. Protected Alpha. Skrelv grants hexproof and color evasion to a key attacker, letting Chapter 2's team-wide +1/+1 and double strike push damage safely through shields. Early Fodder. As a 1-mana Phyrexian that cannot block, Skrelv is expendable material for Elesh Norn sacrifice 3 other creatures cost to transform into the Argent Etchings. Wipe Survivor. Being both an artifact and a Phyrexian, Skrelv remains after Chapter 3 destroys all other permanents except artifacts, lands, and Phyrexians, preserving your board presence. Post your commander on the comments section below, and we will create a video like this for you. Thank you for watching.